GT Countdown. 10 Wii Underdogs for your Wii U.
So, you've bopped through New Super Mario Bros. U, cleaned up the streets of Lego City, toured the entirety of Nintendo Land, and even suffered through Zombie U. Now what? There's no question the Wii U game library currently leaves something to be desired, and any of you who went all in on the system are probably looking for other experiences that are Nintendo exclusive. For that reason, we present a list of underappreciated games for the Wii that will play in your Wii U and can probably be found in a bargain bin. Here are 10 cheap and easy ways to keep your gamepad warm, in alphabetical order.
Boom Blocks.
Bash Party.
Even without its Steven Spielberg cred, Boom Blocks can coast on its fun factor alone. An inverted Jenga, Boom Blocks asks you to collapse, blow up, and utterly destroy the charming levels put in front of you. It takes the physicality of a board game and wraps it into your wrist with each fling, letting the Wii crunch the physics to give each throw a touch of randomness. The single player's 300 levels have that one more go feel, but it's the multiplayer that makes Boom Blocks and its sequel Bash Party Wii classics.
The Blob.
If you're in the market for a fun and unconventional platformer, look no further than De Blob to put some bounce in your step. Pairing charming cartoon visuals with unique graffiti-inspired mechanics, the end result is a whimsical duo of games that specialize in a joyous sense of physical interaction with color and music. Whether flying solo or painting with a pal, there's plenty to like about this quirky caper from the recently departed THQ. The budget price doesn't hurt either.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, My Life as a King.
It's easy to forget, but the strange, barren Wii Shop channel is still fully accessible within your Wii U. One of the more interesting WiiWare exclusives buried inside is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, My Life as a King. You play as a little boy king who sends his servants out on adventures. It should be boring. They level up, learn spells, and defeat bosses, while you stay at home and make all the plans. But the fun comes in playing a character you ignore in other games, and finding gratification in playing the support role to the sword-swinging heroes. Plus, it feels nice to save the day, then jog around the city you've created, and have the little people congratulate you for it.
Fragile Dreams. Farewell, Ruins of the Moon.
I touched her.
Set years after an enigmatic disaster, Fragile Dreams puts you in the role of a boy setting out to find other survivors after his caretaker passes away. Dark hallways, limited resources, and eerie ghostly figures, Fragile draws from the survival horror template, but puts an emphasis on loneliness and mystery, rather than fear. While the controls are a bit clunky, the game features beautiful art and music and a cast of interesting characters, including a quirky mask-wearing peddler and a delicate girl singing in the moonlight. Ultimately, it's the sense of mood that draws you in, living up to its title as you encounter the ghosts and mementos of lives now lost.
The Last Story.
Xenoblade Chronicles Stole the Thunder is the first successful candidate of Operation Rainfall, so it's easy to see why The Last Story doesn't get much love. After all, even though Nintendo published it in Japan, they couldn't be bothered to bring it out here in North America. No, The Last Story's US release was thanks to the efforts of Xseed. This is a great RPG with a unique combat system that eschews the traditional format and boasts a touching story that shouldn't be missed. Though you missed out on its criminally low $8 price tag on Amazon last year, it's still worth every penny. And unlike the GameStop exclusive Xenoblade, this one's still readily available for purchase.
Stop gulping like an idiot.
Little King Story.
From the creator of Harvest Moon, Little King Story pleasantly ventures beyond life simulation into a game of adventure and strategy. You play as Korobo, the newly crowned child king who, along with his crafty advisors, has to mature the kingdom of Alpoco's carefree adults into farmers, soldiers, and animal hunters. You do so by means of a GameCube-style call to arms. This small hero and his minions will not respond to Wii Motion Control. With the upgraded layabouts in tow, quests versus lovable villains accompany rousing musical arrangements of old-world classics. While the usual RTS tropes of excavation, discovery, and battle abound, this underdog constructs its own attack formation along our path of forgotten Wii gems.
Muramasa, the Demon Blade.
While certain titles often fall into the trap of providing more style than substance, Muramasa the Demon Blade is a fortunate example of a game that's every bit as sharp as it looks. This modern take on classic Japanese folklore marries impressive 2D graphics with a Metroidvania-inspired design, bolstered by complementary RPG hooks, split storyline paths, and a vibrantly realized world rendered in Vanillaware's trademark style. Flat as its visuals may be, there's plenty of dimension to this often overlooked Wii favorite.
SSX Blur.
This is gonna be wild.
The first SSX game to be exclusive to one platform since the original on PS2, Blur uses motion controls better than most sports games on the Wii. Instead of potentially cramping your fingers around the controller to perform uber tricks, you draw shapes on the screen. It sounds like a silly gimmick, but once you get in sync with the game's pace, it's a satisfying rhythmic experience. The courses also stack up to comprise one massive mountain with 3 peaks, so unlike the recent update to the franchise, you can start at the top of the mountain and see almost the entire game in one ride.
Tatsunoko vs. Capcom.
Though quality fighters are in short supply on Nintendo hardware, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom offers a Wii-exclusive treat that definitely packs a punch. A working blueprint for what would later become Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it offers frantic fighting along with a surprising amount of depth by way of its interestingly designed characters and complex risk-reward mechanics. The giant-sized battles are ludicrous fun, and the localized version also brings the notable addition of online play. If you've grown weary of beating up on poor old Mario, consider this hidden gem for your next fighting fix.
Zack and Wiki.
While Capcom does like to retread its library, there is the occasional trail being blazed as well. Zack and Wiki, with its rapscallions, pirates, and puzzle solvers, is just that. Delightful scenes become short-burst puzzle fests, using Wii gestures to put you in the experience. While the love affair with Waggle has proven short-lived, these brief flings are a reminder of the potential of motion controls. Secret puzzles and tons of classic Capcom music make this more than an average adventure.